Bonjour. The Bite. Inner Teen Wolf. I'd say, like any character, you kind of find a way for them to grow up. And, you know, the love story with Jackson and stuff, it's kind of like, okay, we started here, and then obviously we're at this point in someone's life, so they must have matured on some level. Yeah, I think what was really satisfying about the arc in that third, fourth season for my brother and I is we started as the bad guys and we ended up as the good guys, so that gives you somewhere to go, always. The Bite. No, I think like the fans of Teen Wolf are just, it's sweet people, you know, getting to go to conventions and things like that. I think everybody, the show was so fun to watch that when you meet a fan who's, you know, expecting something, like there's just this exchange of fun. It's like, okay, I get it, you get it. I'd say that the Teen Wolf fandom is very loving and kind of ready to do whatever. Yeah. I would be open to it, 100%. Any chance to get to work with, they're over there, I keep pointing over there, to work with this cast, I'm in. Nah. It's like inner Teen Wolf, you know? Inner Teen Wolf. Oh, that's good. I just am forever grateful to Jeff. My brother and I got another job and left to go film The Leftovers, and no one had ever given us the opportunity to do, I mean, it's pretty dark and tragic to kill one twin on TV, but we never thought anyone would give us that opportunity. So filming that scene, yeah, I think it meant a lot to us, and it showed up, I think, on the screen, and to leave having made some kind of impact in that way was a privilege, yeah. Interesting question. I think it's definitely, you know, it's a pretty small population of twins out there, particularly in Hollywood. So it's definitely given us a leg up on in terms of like opportunities. If people are looking for twins, we're generally reached out to, you know. At the same time, I think it can be really hard to individuate and to be seen as individuals. So Max and I have kind of made a point to not really take any more twin job unless it's such a good opportunity that we would say yes. Like getting to do the Batman was awesome. Really, really happy that that happened. We've prepared, like sometimes we'll ask to do it either way so that they can see, because I mean, it's fun for us. I hope it's fun for the casting director, the producer, whomever, for us to sort of have our own take on a character. And then they can kind of decide, oh yeah, you know. But when you get a breakdown for a role, twin roles, like I think Max and I have this sort of intuitive sense as to which one we're better suited for, and you know, you want the job, so we'll go with that. We'll go with what feels right. I mean, I think the industry is always evolving. I think that there's sort of a stylistic difference from that sort of like peak network television era to now. I think TV's become more cinematic in nature. And I think what's really great about streaming is the audiences. I mean, some of the numbers that these shows hit all around the world at once, I think that that brings people together. And as a storyteller, that's what you want, right? You want to reach an audience. You want to give people a shared experience. What else is happening is that it's twofold. I think shows like The Bear or The White Lotus kind of showed that people will tune in to just really well-written human dramas, and that's exciting as an actor. At the same time, I do think it becomes a way for producers or studios to kind of like trim budgets. And I just hope that moving forward, the studios, the streaming networks, I should say, honor the kind of culture of television from 15 years ago, where there was a robust middle class of actors and people below the line who were on set for 9 months out of the year. And now it's things happen a lot faster. You'll do a job for like 2-3 months and things aren't getting renewed as often anymore. So I think that the culture of television is suffering a bit, but I imagine that things will correct. I've been writing more than anything, so yeah, which has been a really fun pivot. I've been working on a show called The Beauty, which will come out, I think, next year. Really crazy plot, amazing cast, Some of it has been announced, but there are a lot of surprises in store. So to get to be a part of that was pretty incredible. And yeah, kind of looking ahead, just always keeping irons in the fire. So we'll see. What do I like? I think if you have an idea and it keeps turning you on, it's just about listening to the idea and bringing it fully into existence, you know? So I've surprised myself before where I'm like, huh, this is not what I thought of as my genre or even my subject of choice, but it can kind of just take on its own life, and you're like, okay, this is what I'm meant to be working on.